Hello, hello, my name is XYGTTV. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't mind the mic. I know it's a piece of shit. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I told you before my PC's a piece of junk a few videos back, but it's okay. Anyways, please forward this to the devs. I even broke it down even more. I've been waiting for about over a week. I have yet to see anybody say anything. It's still been about a couple weeks since Eric's Gaming and his buddy says something about it, but other than that, like I said, it's been a while. So please forward this to the devs. Devs, if you're here, I love you to death. Please don't hate me. I'm just breaking it down a little more how much damage we're losing out on. Please, 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 please just pay. Please just look at it. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody else talking about it. So, anyways, let's get into it. First thing first, we're gonna go off world because this is one I play, and a lot of them are kind of comparing it to it. So yeah. Anyways, in world, when you have no buffs, you potentially have 10 dodges with A and B, right? So when you hit A, then B, A, then B, A, then B, you can kind of dodge around, not get hit, blah, 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 right? Okay. Now we know we have that. At low level, each one of your Bs will hit for 22 each. I've tested this on a dummy. Here you go. Boom, bang, bang. As it plays, we'll talk about it. And without crits, I hit 5 times, and I hit up to 110 times with 22 each, right? Or 110 damage for 22. Right? So on wilds, I'll only be able to hit for the one time for 22. That's it. I understand the math's going to be different here, right? On the numbers and stuff, but the percentages, right? That's massive. What we're going from, going to, right? So, and we'll get into it some more. End game is where it gets scary, okay? Here's my gear. I'm not showing off, right? I have Coalescence and 1 flinch free. The reason for it is because I've rotated in flinch free 3 and Coalescence 2 out whenever I face Safi Jiva, Nergigante, and Savage Deviljho because they can use pummel attacks. And if you don't know what that is, that's the one where you're stuck crawling on your back. The way around it as Glaive is you get triple buffs. So you're going to have red, white, orange, and you're going to have flinch free 3. And what you're also going to want to do is slap on Acrobat. And what's going to happen is instead of getting pummeled, Acrobat's going to activate. You're welcome. Have fun. Whee! But anyways, in in-game gear, my lowest average, like these are without crits, by the way. These are my non-crits average. I mean, it's weird how it averages sometimes between 160 and 170 when you don't crit. It was weird, I know. But yeah, so this is the ones where I crit. It's huge, but yeah. So times the lowest one by 5, right? So 160 times 5 is 800. So say this happens in wilds, I go from 800 down to 160 damage. That is massive. Like I said, the numbers are going to be different, I know, right? But the percentage, the numbers, bro, are massive. If you people ain't seeing this, man, I don't know what. This has to show people. There ain't no way. And there's something else y'all need to know, dude. We got a reused animation for our little focus strike thingy. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a bit. But anyways, if people thought the A dodge was overpowered or something as well for the BA without your buffs for some reason and being able to bounce off, you know that the A was basically just a mini roll, right? That's all it was just a roll. It's nothing else. I mean, you could made it better with evade extender and evade window, fine, right? But it's just you had to sacrifice so much damage for those, man. And the whole point about them was to use it to get in, for like I said, certain situations to get the final attack for your RTs, bro. That's what you wanted to do to be able to get in certain situations to RT down to get buffs, not even just to like hit the head, just to get buffs. I mean, and then you can even do like 4 single hits, which would have been 110, like I did, right? At low level, it's just, and it allows you to stay mobile, which this weapon is claimed to be, right? So it's just like, come on. Like I said, position your character properly. That's all it does. So it helps position properly. So because now it's just slow and clunky. That's all it is. And I'll just show you what the combination is, how it plays, and it's so boring now. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be mean. Like I said, Des, I love you. I love you. I love you. But you'll see what I'm saying, man. You'll see it. Okay. Now when we get to the B, we used to have 10 dodge with spins. What I mean by that is, you could still use your Bs as dodges if you really wanted to, right? You don't have to and you can use them as gap closers. You didn't have to always hit the boss. You can get away at certain times. You feel like you messed up real quick, snap that stick and hit B real quick, right? So, and get away. That's what it was also for. And it was mainly to get you to hit your RTs anyways. But me here for this little demonstration, I did RT for B. I did nothing but B spam, correct? So, at low level, so I basically, here it is, boom, bang. At low level, basically the same as wilds. This is what it would hit every time after all 6 hits. Because I wouldn't crit no matter what. After 5 spins, this is my damage. In World, correct? In Wilds, this will be my damage. That's massive. Percentages still. It don't matter. I know the numbers are going to be different, but the percentages, people, it's huge. In game, this is where it gets really scary. In game, it was 500-ish per spin for me, landing all 6 hits. Tested with shaving, or without shaving. Sorry, I didn't shave at all in either of them, any of them. After 6 hits, 5 times, I would average, you could average between, because like, let's just say a boss moves or the wings are kind of angled sometimes, so you may miss it, or you're just like, it's just weird jumps. You may have accident spins, So you can average it between 2 to 3K. And then you can, because the reason I average it there, because it also could be higher than that too, with, demon powder, might pill, shaven parts, broken parts, your teammates buffing you, your what's his name, your Palico buffing you, all that stuff. It's just stuff like that as well, right? And you're ready, it's just, yeah. We'll just stop there. But it's just 2 to 3K, correct? But in Wilds, we'll go from that all the way down to 500 damage a spin, technically, right? Remember, people, percentages. That is massive. I know the end game will probably be a hell of a lot different than World, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit more wild, get it, than World. But it's just the fact is these numbers should be a little higher in Wild still if you were able to spend. But you can't. So this is what it's going to be. This is it. So I had to break it down a little more. I feel like maybe my math shit. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong. Maybe I'm just being an idiot here. But this is what my math says, and this is scary to me. I'm going from 2 to 3K damage down to 500 damage for nothing. And if I'm sorry to say, if aerial glaive was like a big thing to people because they didn't like it, or they thought it was OP, or they thought it was not fair that they could just B spam, people weren't supposed to B spam. You're supposed to RT, people. You're supposed to RT. It's the heaviest hit for a reason. It hits 4 times plus with the combos, plus the drill. Like, it's just, like, people, like, it's amazing. You don't have to drill every time either. You can throw them out and just go ahead and just, like, let them auto attack. That's what I do sometimes. I just keep spinning RT and spinning RT. That's what you want to do, bro. Like, that's how you do it. Yes. I understand. There's that argument between ground being the best or aerial being the best. But here's the thing that I have between the two here. You can't make the comparison here because Glaive, no matter what, is going to be in the air until the boss is on the ground to be shit stomped. And that doesn't happen all the time with solo play, unfortunately. So we can't go off aerial and ground with Glaive when Glaive is always in the air no matter what, RTing down. And we'll put it like this, 90% of the time, because you're going to RT down. If you get a full combo in, the full RT combo in plus the extra combo behind it, like a Y and a B and stuff like that to get, the actual, headshots and stuff like that, perfectly fine. But other than that, you're going to be in the air. You're not going to be on the ground melee, and I'm sorry. Whoever does, it's whatever. I understand speedrunners, fine. But at the end of the day, it comes down to player element. And what I mean by that is players move a lot and bosses will jump around. People get scared. People die. I'm not making fun. It's just, I don't play with teams, man. So, like, that's the thing is you got to go off those stat boards too. Like, it's more than just the melee people. Trust me. I know that for a fact, bro. You see them all the time. But anyways, late game will help you big time because this is whenever you have your Fatalis armor. Constitution will definitely be in your gear. Guarantee. 2 to 3 is what you're going to have. And if you don't think so, then I'm sorry to say you're wrong. Okay? More stamina increases more damage. All right. Whether you believe it or not. It means AKA more RT spams. All right. What does it say? Yeah, BLA is more or less than okay. Just basically to get yourself in position will be. I have this all written down so I remember everything. Just to get yourself in position is all this is for, so, as well. And just so you can RTs. Now, see, like I said, where they messed up is they should have had it where it was like a charge bar, like, kind of with B, with B, just to get like 2 or 3 in, then you RT down type thing to get the extra damage. But other than that, whatever. Okay. Now we're down to Kinsex. Kinsex have attack types. Of course, blunt, sever. So, of course, you want to RT the head when they're on the ground, whether from the sky or from just when you're on the ground. So it marks the head or the tail, depending on the attack type. Like I said, blunt is always the head, tail is the sever. It can auto attack, produce dust, but it consumes stamina the entire time, which is perfectly fine. That's the whole point of the stamina bar. Stamina bar also regens when he's on your arm. Wilds, it doesn't. But to get it back, you have to consume extracts. And this works in World too. So what you got to do is shoot out a bug and get a color, don't matter, whatever. Suck it in, shoot it out, suck it in, shoot it out, suck it in. His stamina bar will simply chip back up or whatever. But World, you can also empower him. But make sure he has stamina when you empower him, because there is a bug. When he has no stamina, he will not empower. So you have to make sure he has stamina too. I don't know if that's a bug or that's how it's supposed to work, whatever. So, but once you empower him with a stone, it regens the stamina back to full. So I understand it can be slow getting your extracts and stuff like that. I really understand. But once you start learning the weapon a little more, you need to practice your A and B without buffs a lot more. And once you do that with RTs and stuff like that and drilling, you'll really understand the weapon a lot more. Because you'll start doing that, you'll drill with him empowered. You'll get double buffs, suck it in, shoot out real quick, get your third buff or whatever color you need real fast. Boom, you're done. Then you're good to go, whatever. So, perfectly fine. Boss's movements. Right here. This is one, like, I guess like not a lot of people are thinking is this weapon, you're going to need to know the boss's movements eventually. Like, I mean, all these new bosses are going to get me for a little bit, but other than that, after a while, you're going to start learning them, and this is what happens in World. Later on down the road, and you'll start understanding where they're going to end up. For example, again, I was talking about Teostra. He'll do one where he'll rear his hair back or whatever, one of his paws up or whatever, one of those weird animations like that. And what that means is he's going to like do that weird like bite forward that does like it does it in like a U. So what you're going to have to do is obviously you're going to know where you're going to meet him, right? When he starts ramping up the animation, meet him in his U, where the end of his U is going to be. Boom, bang, bongo, right? That's how you do this. Glaive, you need to make sure to master A and B without buffs, and then learn boss's movements, and this is how you master this weapon. Trust me. That's it. You don't need to spam B. Okay? Yes, it works, but you don't need to. Okay? All right. I'm going to put this at the top, but yeah, I've used beginner armor, weapon kits, like all this stuff, so yeah, blah, blah, blah. Talk about it here in a second. Empowering. Empowering's amazing. Love it. But the way to do it in World, you have to stand still and be stationary, unfortunately. You can roll out of it once you finish the animation slightly-ish. Or it's really good to do it just before you get roared as well, because it will finish the animation while you're being roared. It's amazing. But anyways, you got to use specific pods, too. Stones are the worst, all the way up to, Pierce, Thorn, Bomb. So you want to make sure you use those three that has the longest empowering timer. Make sure to keep those up at all times. Bug needs to be empowered at all times. Sometimes I don't want to have a stone because stone is just freaking useless, and I'm tired of sitting there every minute, 30 seconds re-empowering it. So, anyways, drilling is a thing. Love it. It's amazing. Look how many hits it can do at low level. It's amazing. So, anyways, this is here for something else later on down the road, but just keep an eye on this, correct? So now we're done. We're done here. All right. So anything that you see that has this little arrow pointed out means it's a nerf. Okay? So wild's what we're getting. We have to have all three extracts to do anything. And I mean anything. I have a video. A guy has red buff. But for some reason, he does the animation like you would in World, where you only have white and orange buff. When he hits the boss, he doesn't bounce, he doesn't spin, he just hits him and falls. So we need all three extracts to do anything. Okay, so that's one. No more bouncing for your A. And on top of that, we go from 5 bounces or dodges down to 1. Mind you, we can't block or parry. So now we're down to 1 mid-air dodge or just the regular roll, which they both still cost stamina. No more bouncing for B. We go from 5 spins down to 1. Now, right here, we potentially may not, but he didn't have a chance. And I know they're real busy, so you can't blame them for it. But here's proof. So, but like I said, but what cost? We're losing a lot of damage to use one skill that consumes all extracts when we need all extracts for this, for anything, right? We need it for everything. Okay. Now that we're here, when you're on the ground back in the day when you RT'd, your bug would also, spawn in, smack the boss, spawn a dust in, and then start auto attacking. Now, sure, it does the same thing, but the bug doesn't auto attack anymore. So you literally just RT now on the ground just to spawn a dust. That's it. Why? Now, reuse animation. for focus mode. And here, we'll get there here in a second, but we'll stop over for a second. We'll stop here for a second. To me, it's still, like I say, it's still kind of gimmicky. I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, man, but it's just, why we've been forced to do it. Like, Glaive, it's just, that's how the Glaive works right now, is you're forced to stay in focus mode. And it's basically forcing us to stay on the ground, too, the whole time. The whole time. I mean, there are focus mode attacks, but it's just, the bug doesn't drill that I've seen so far. I mean, like, there's the airborne attack and stuff like that. We'll get into that here in a second with screenshot and stuff like that, but it's just, well, man, we're losing so much, y'all. And what I mean by reused animation, like, look at this. Like, watch the new, like, that new animation that it gave us, right? Like, look at this. And then the comparison, look. I was going through some old videos, and this is what I found. So, it's weird, man. New Y animation looks sick. I do like that. The little new spin or whatever it does, it's really, really sick. I think like leap and slash or something like that. Yeah, leap and slash. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh, no, strong descending slash is what it's called. There it is. But anyways, so we lost all of this for this new skill that does an upward spin. We'll get to this here in a second. So you spin upwards, it consumes all 3 extracts, right? And potentially can get you hit. And when you consume all your extracts, you lose all your major stats from red, white, orange, which are in wild still. Here's the proof. They even tell you it's there. They don't tell you the numbers, but it's still there. But look at the damage. This is low-level damage. This is one of the more successful ones that I saw, the hits. So I use this as a example, right? So we're using all 3 extracts. And I understand, right? This is wilds. But the difference is you're taking all 3 extracts from us, meaning this should be a very powerful attack. Very powerful attack, because that is massive with all those stats that we're losing, right? And having to re-get, even though it's super fast to get, but this is how the weapon works now, right? But anyways, when we spin upwards, he did 31 damage. Look what the same bug basically did in World with dives. Either Sever or Blunt did between 72 to 54 damage. Right? That's not counting auto attacks. That's not counting dust with poison. Because at this low level, you would only have poison. You wouldn't have blast yet. Blast a little bit of wave. So poison still would do good because it does the hit damage for I think like 8 or whatever, and then it has a chance of poisoning. So, but either way, right? Just for this, for 31 damage, and consumes all your extracts that you have to get all over again. And this is the funny part, right? I mean, first and foremost, animations still can be used. Yes, it sure can. It sure can. And I feel like, I mean, it still could do this, but it needs to give us something in return and be a finisher at some point. Like, that's what it needs to be. Like, us to work like, all the way towards this, not just, there's a very fast way of doing it right here, and I have the combination right here if you read ahead of me, so we'll get to it. But anyways, the weird part is, 1B in Wilds, look at this. Unless I'm looking at this wrong, he hit just as hard as the spin without red buff. So what would be the point? So anyways, the way the new attack works, here's I don't know if anybody even knows how the new combo will work. The guy literally starts the fight off and harvests extracts and gets all 3 buffs instantly. So then all you have to do after that is suck your bug in, lead into leaping slash, strong descending slash, rising spiral slash. That's the new spin in the air. Your Kinsect, while in that air, will collect the buff, which it did in the video. He got red buff. So what he did is, then after that, he harvested extract again, got green, white, and orange, already had red, got all 3 buffs, and all you have to do again right after that is lead into leap and slash, strong descending slash, rise and spiral slash. Your Kinsect will get another buff. Use harvest extract again. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. This would be the only reason. See, because why else would there be any resource consumer in the game like everybody else? Because it's to use some sort of powerful attack. How is this a powerful attack when even your own B in Wilds, if I'm right, is hitting just as hard as this without red buff? And we're losing attack, speed, and armor, which is a very bad idea in game. We have the same animations when mounted. I thought it was born in World. I don't like it. I like Rises a little better. I feel like you should have went Rises or something a little different. But at least now we're hitting one big hit or a couple big hits instead of just stabbing the whole time. But I hope to God y'all changed it now where we don't lose sharpness when we're on the back. And what I mean by that is in World you could spin back and forth or whatever, which I prefer over anything else just because it helps stagger the boss when they're flying. And it's also you can stop, whenever a boss jumps, you can stop him from consuming any of your stamina instead of holding RT. So if you do it correctly. But anyways, it's just whenever you did that, there was chances of you losing sharpness. Now another one is the fact is you can lose your extracts on the boss, and what happens is, say your buffs are blinking, you melt the boss. The buffs just constantly blink until the boss finally falls down. And sometimes you get those really long mount animations that take forever, man. And even then, it chews away your manals. Fix that, please. Don't matter what you do on their back. The mantle should not be consumed while you're on their back because you're being punished. Yes, you're benefiting your team, but when you're solo, you're hurting yourself, man. At the same time, it sucks. But anyways, because extracts, like I said, what happens is they'll fall off whenever the boss finally falls down, and then since all this is gone, sure, I mean, yeah, we can do this, right? But just imagine, I mean, in World, bro, like. That'd be so bad. But, man, here it's just they still fall off. Like, we should be rewarded. Like, you should refresh them by, like, 10% or 15% or something like that. Or the bug steadily gets them over time and fully refreshes them for you. I mean, I understand this is a thing, but it's just we're literally just doing this into, like, these, right? Like, that's all it is. That's all we're doing. But anyways. Down to the kin set. Stamina doesn't regen passively. But like I said, when you collect extracts and suck them back in, it restores stamina over time. Whenever you just keep like sucking it in, shooting it out, sucking it in, shooting it out. Whenever you get an extract color, just keep doing that. Green, I don't think counts. I think it just heals you. I can't remember. I had never tried green. Sorry. Yeah. But anyways, no more drilling. I thought there was in one of my other videos, but someone told me I was wrong, which they were very right about that. So sorry about that. But thank you for proving me wrong. So there is no drilling, unfortunately. So that was weird. So we're still not confirmed on this. This is a complaint a little bit, but it's overly fast collecting your extracts. Like I said, right here, whenever you literally can just harvest real quick, get all three instantly, lead into these, get one, and then do it again. Like it's just weird, man. It's weird. So it's a little too fast. It wasn't really a problem anyways once you start learning the weapon, and it really wasn't going to be a problem because I've already gone back and played at low level too. I still can beat bosses between 4 to 6 minutes, like without defender gear. Like I don't get it. But anyways. So now whenever you do your heavy attacks, your bug will spin and consume stamina, but this is the part that's weird, but it's just, yeah, anyways. But it's still a chance to miss as well. But I think it's kind of weird that it consumes stamina just to do this when he's on your arm the entire time when he's not, like, popping out dust. So, yeah. There's new potential skills or whatever. And, I mean, they're not confirmed. They're just speculation. So you got to check them out. Here they are, boom, bang. No one really got to use them that well, unfortunately. It's okay. Empowering is still a thing in Wilds, but why? It doesn't really do anything that I saw. If you read, here it is. So you're like, I don't think anyone really did it either. So, and there's 1.1 does kind of do this weird empowering thing, and then it just disappears. So I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, here's another one. Insect attack types and dust. This is kind of a question I have. They do have attack types still in Wilds. So why? The reason I ask this question is they don't auto-attack, and whenever you RT, yes, they'll attack that location for that second and pop a dust up, but they'll come back to your arm. So my question is now that when we mark, so say I mark the head and I run to the butt, and I use a heavy attack and my bug does the spiral, does the spiral go towards the head? So is this how our attack types have to work now? That's my question. So, and then dust, like I said, can't be spawned without hitting RT. It's kind of weird. So yeah. All right. Now maybe change 2. Yay, the fun stuff. Everything should be reverted back to world style. Nerf spins down to 2 to 3. Remember, we can't block or parry, and we'll all rely on a dodge. So, we need these big time. So don't nerf us too bad if you're going to nerf us. But like I said, take us back to world style. Why wasn't this added? Bug Swarm plus Super Slam? Look at this, people. What is this? Everybody, did you miss this part? Look at this. This is beautiful. Like, what is that? Please. New glaive types. There we go. Here's one. Insect, dragon, wyvern glaive, right? And then for insect glaive, you could do mosquitoes, beetles, or something like that. Like from the Rotten Veil, those beetles. The mosquitoes always zap your asses, and bees. Heal, paralysis, I don't know, maybe blast or something. I don't know. Same with dragon, wyvern. You could do like a fully grounded type or something. Two kinsects could be one attacking, the other doing dust, or both doing attacking, or both doing dust. Something like that. Double glaive, I wish we could do. This would be beautiful. Where you could sit there and because you can have two weapons. So take one of your glaives when you're chasing it, because a lot of people chase the boss and switch weapons. So and then the boss just stops when you're still mounted. So why can't I use the weapon in my mount's inventory, throw it at the boss or on the ground, and use that as some sort of vaulting mechanic, something like that, or be able to throw it in the air like some sort of volley, like random spears or something like that, like kind of like the arrows do with the bomblets and stuff like that, or bow. Excuse me. The new aerial attack could stay, but like I said, it needs some sort of buff. So like this would be a good one. Taking damage in the ground or air doesn't cause knockbacks or pummels anymore for a few seconds after consuming all those buffs. That would be beautiful, by the way. That would help out a lot. So, focus mode, I don't know why it wasn't used like Rise, where it was more like bug mode and stuff like that, or like some sort of like weapon switch mode or something instead, instead of just, I don't know, it's just switching to do melee attacks on the ground. It's just, I don't know, man. You need something different. New RT animations. And what I mean by this is, like, one new one could be like, say you're looking at the boss from the top down, right? And you hit the middle of the boss, it's like a circle. And what happens is, say you take 400 damage and spread it out throughout the circle, throughout every part of the boss that you hit. So it'd be like 50s and 20s and stuff like that. So it'd be pretty neat, right? So say you miss and he's top down and you hit the top left of him. All that other part of his body you missed and all that extra other damage you missed. So it's like some sort of punishing reward type thing. Something a little different besides just, don't play that. Make sure I play it. Okay, I thought I played something. Sorry. Instead of just like a regular RT, choose a kinsect, skill, or spin or drill. I thought that would be something. We should be able to choose. Like back in Rise, where we were stuck choosing between the was it like the descending thrust RT and stuff like that with the wire bugs. It was weird, man. I didn't like that. We could also, since the power is still in the game, why don't we have some sort of vendor where we buy pods and, consume them and get the old empower effects as it's still in the game. So we have the old empowering effect on top of extra effects. So like, example, bomb pod could give us an extra 50% more dust, or thorn pod could increase the damage attack speed or attack speed by another 50% on top of the empower effect. Same with pierce could increase pierce damage on top of the old empowering effect. But anyways, we'll stop. You could also do, a mini wire bug. I know I always talk shit about them, but you saw how Hammer got the little slide, right? I mean, why couldn't we get one that popped us in the air a little bit? Kind of like, because even Bo got a little hop up in the air, man. Like, what? So why couldn't we get one? So, I mean, like, that would have been perfect. I mean, make it where it don't cost no stamina, but like I said, put it on a CD like Churhorn Bongo, and then have it where we have to use it on a little inventory bar or something. I don't know. Make it something we have to go get. I don't care. Make it like a special quest for Glaive. I'm down. Make it different. RT has a charge bar now. That'd be neat. So you would hold, what you do is you'll hold, kind of like Gears of War and DBD and stuff like that, like skill shots and stuff, or not skill shots, but like, like hit the skill thing right. You could have that, or if you don't think that, if people thought that was very annoying, you'll still do your regular damage, but you would want to make sure to hit that to do extra damage. If not that, have it where it's like a recharge or a bar that you charge up while holding RT to let go at a certain time or just fully charge when you hit the ground. So. And it doesn't, like, while doing it, make sure it doesn't, like, hold you in place. Because right now it doesn't. You can kind of control yourself a little bit and push yourself in world if you hold your stick the right way while holding RT. So, anyways, RT has velocity damage. I don't know why this was never a thing. Because in world, you can get really, really high. Even though you're not supposed to, I know. But you can. And you should be rewarded for it. Like, whenever you RT ahead, you should get a lot of velocity damage towards the head. And it should be like a multiplier by 1.5 or 2.5 or something like that. But just make it real rewarding. For one hit, and it's just like a massive stagger hit or something, because like you're coming out of nowhere, bro, and just slamming down on them. So, this is what I loved. Layered kinsects, please, please, please. I wish this was a thing in the world. I hate the fact my kinsect looked like a Superman bug instead of the dragon soul. So, it's whatever. A reverse type of drilling would be pretty neat. So, for example, what you would do is, like, you would say the boss fell down, you would A, B into him, so that would be your old spin. So it would hop you up, RT down, do your fall combo. He'll be marked at the last two hits with the 4 hit. Anyways, he'll be marked from your RT. Then what you're going to want to do is, once the boss is about to get up, jump, hit A, get to the back of the boss. You're going to want to spin with Y, because RT would mark him like it would in World. And what you're going to do is suck the bug and you're going to drill him through the back door. through the front door to the back door. That way, instead of having to slam down, you're just gonna hit Y to slam down real quick, hit a button to suck them right through the boss. Oh man, that'd be so beautiful. Just like a different type of drilling or something, you know. Not you don't have to do these. These are just like ideas, right? Not everything has to be. It's just like ideas. Please re-collab with these people, man. Please. Definitely get this again. Please. And Final Fantasy VII gets Sid and his weapon, the Venus Gospel and stuff like that. All his spears. That'd be beautiful. Final Fantasy IX get Zidane and Freya's weapons, please, and their skins. That'd be freaking amazing because you had Sith weapons of Zidane. They were like double-sided with his ultimate weapon and stuff like that. Yeah. I do super attack. Why? I mean, like, why do we get a super attack? I mean, I understand, like, the focus modes could kind of be it, I guess, or whatever, how they look, but I mean, I wish we had a super attack. I mean, maybe this could be considered it, you know, the new spin, but, I mean, I want something that's going to do some damage, man. Like, come on. So, but this is all my proof for here. I have a few other things real quick, like right here as well for ideas. Like, what happened to all these too? Look at this affinity, all this stuff. Like, am I weird here? Is like, did our Kinsics already do this? Because I haven't really looked at my Kinsic that hard yet. But I mean, like, maybe they do. But if not, like, look how they have attackers and stuff like that. So he'd be attack speed with affinity. So he'd be critting while attacking and stuff like that. That'd be really freaking neat. He could be like dust or something like that. No, it's not dust here, but it's just like something to do with dust or something. He's elemental. Actually, so he'd be an elemental bug. Maybe this would be a dust bug or something like that. Just like stuff like that. Like, different than just like one bug does everything. Maybe we can have different bugs that do different things. I don't know. Just some a little different. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna go back to here. I'm gonna have to go here too. And then like here, like if we're gonna be like ground glaive, we're gonna go back to like where we saw the clip, right? Yeah. Here. If we're gonna go ground glaive, we're gonna have to like go like this style a little bit. I think he called it like Baylor or something like that. That's what they called it. So just watch how it plays a little bit. It's weird, but I mean, we get dodges and like he got a little hop to the side, kind of. Another hop to the side. That's fine. The bug did die, kind of like a little, you know, multiple attacker there. If I'm gonna do ground combat, whatever, right? Like he like charged the bug up to throw him out. That's pretty neat. So you actually want to be on him to do that attack. Actually, like you want to be a little closer than that. You want to be too far away. But it's just like, see, there's a dodge. I know he has another dodge too. Like he dodges roars and stuff. Like this blue effect is actually really neat. So like, I mean, like, why did we go from like all of this old stuff that, I mean, even this is like, you know, I mean, I know he's not doing much right now, but it's just like he's still very mobile though. Like right here, like see that dodge right there? Why don't we have that sort of dodge? If we're losing all those spins, we need to get something like this, like that little dodge there. Here comes another one. Get ready. He's gonna do it here again. Oh, new art. My bad. Sorry. I know this is kind of weird, but here's another one how like it empowers this bug too. Because like you do like the animation and stuff with the other one as well, but it's just like stuff like this. Like why wasn't things like these added? Because you will have times like these, not all the time. You want to reduce them just a little bit, the animation times, but not much. But stuff like that right there would be really freaking sick, man. Have already consumed all his stamina bar too, so he would be back on your arm. It's just like stuff like that. And here comes another dodge. Like I know like I'm going off one video, but it's just like an old video. You know, how old is this video? 6 years, man. 6 years ago. This is what your weapon used to do, is what I'm trying to say as well. You know, like, this is melee combat. I don't want Glaive to be melee combat. If I was the case, I'd have played a melee weapon. I'd have did a long sword, a great sword, or something like that. I wouldn't have played Glaive, right? A Glaive was the whole point, was to get off the ground. But it's just, if I'm going to get stuck playing it, I'm going to do it that way. Because even you can hop off the ledge. I don't know if you can do that anymore either, by the way. But he did it there. But it's just, he was still able to, like, dodge and be very mobile in that game. And that was 6 years ago, man. Like... And now we're just like losing all of this. All of this. Right? For this. Right here. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not. I love y'all. Like I said, my mic's a piece of shit. Don't care. Please hit it with a like. I love you, love you, love you. Please send it to the devs. If it's disliked, I don't care. It's okay. I'm still going to be at it every day. You like the rhymes. I love it, love it. Unintentional. Like I said, no one else is on the it's on Glaive. Oh, no, I did another one. Damn it! No one else is on Glaive but me, I guess. So, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Like I said, it's been over a week, man. No one said anything. I'm gonna keep saying stuff, and I'm gonna keep calling Monster Hunter out. I'm gonna keep tagging you. I'm gonna keep atting you. Y'all can hate me. You can ban me. You can tell me to shut the STFU. But it's just, this is what's happening, y'all. Like, if y'all can't see it here, I don't know what else to tell you. I understand it's going to be, you know, the end game will be a little different, right? But it's just here, the percent averages is what's the problem here, right? So we're going from two to 25, or excuse me, 1,500 to 2,500 damage missing down to 500. Like, it's crazy, bro. That is massive, massive, massive. But anyways, I'm gonna make some more videos down the road. I'm waiting a little longer. We'll look for more and more, see what I can find. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you.